Shadowbringers continues. We have more MSQ on the way. Must reach destination. I really want to see how the Minfilia and Thancred arc ends up panning out, and how that pertains to a certain EX that Wondrous Tales and the internet spoiled. So I'm very curious about where this is going to go. Sorry, I'm already. Sorry for the wait. I'm all ready now. Look, no matter what happens to me, I'm sure that I don't want to go back to being who I was. This is fair. I want to be stronger, strong enough to face my destiny. I want to believe that I can play a part in saving the world. Hope that you can find it yourself to believe in too. When you put it that way, how could we not? Your Stola has returned. It is your decision to make. Just be sure that you're prepared when the time comes. If all are assembled, shall we depart? We'll follow the lead. What route would you have us take? So I do also post these on the Kip TV channel. And that there's something I neglected to mention. So Eulmoran airship coming and land over the Amarang while I was on my way back to Starium. No doubt the same vessel bore Vothri's forces to Raktika. Thank you for the resub. Meaning we can expect to encounter armed resistance in our journey throughout the region. Right now, Nabatharang lies south reaches of Amarang, and there are two routes we can take to get there. First, the eastern route, which would lead us past Mordso. The other one is the western route, which would require us to pass through the Hills of Amber. Lily and I took the eastern route last time. The more well-trodden path also makes it easier for us to the Namarth Severance. We can't use it. We need to cross the Severance from a point nearby the inn at Journey's Head. Eulmoran's caught wind of our approach to Revibara will bring them into contact with the inn and its patients. We can be sure the activities would not meet with Vothri's approval. Make the journey more arduous, but believe it would be safer to take the western route, which brings me to my proposition. Give me 1 second to answer questions. I make sure I read MSQ dialogue. While you make for the Hills of Amber of the west, I will draw the Eulmoran's attention elsewhere, the area in the east that I know to be uninhabited. That way you'll have a chance at reaching the Nabatharang unopposed and without risk to civilians. I cannot deny that's a sound plan, nor can I allow you to go alone. My skills will make that task somewhat easier, would they not? Would accompany you as well. It will ill afford us a chance to have a proper conversation. If I go with the others, I'm likely to say something Thancred will regret. me. Then leave for work. The work of distracting Vothri's forces to you. The rest of us will take the western route and try to avoid attracting attention. With that in mind, I think it's best that we follow the road from the bridges. We'll move faster with a solid path under our feet. Borrow a few Amaro for our journey. I'll leave the rest to you, Minfilia. Did I get quick? I got a minute. Thank you. I'll try not to disappoint. Like, before the next, like, dungeon EX, whatever, I would probably like that gear, and I can pay whatever you need me to for the materials. Thoughts of doing a Pokemon marathon where you would nuzlocke one game from each gen. My living situation would not allow for that because unless other people go out of town, I do not have the time frame to do that. But I would absolutely entertain the idea of doing one. Also, I understand ads are annoying. I'm gonna say it again. I understand that ads are annoying. Please, I can't really do anything about them. Saying that being negative about it in chat is not gonna necessarily make me stop it. And I will just start timing people out. Just throwing that out there. Okay, I need that. I need Omega. Let's see. Let's swap over to Warrior for a minute. Just to avoid some of the stuff. The reason I grind... I'm so addicted to grinding out some of the stuff, it's not even funny. You got the Isle and Heavensward. Nice. Aren't you funny? It's one of those that there's been enough of an issue, if that makes sense, that it ceases to be funny. Like, I appreciate the clarification. Just contextually, it's kind of been an issue. Someone else was saying something there. Oh, Cyberfun Jameson, thank you for the resub. I definitely appreciate that. Birthday 2 foot wide ride velvet cake. Oh, happy birthday. Hope it's going well for you. Question. I don't... What's on the doc tonight? We're doing MSQ. We're doing Shadowbringers main story. I got a little bit of a spoiler. Audio fine. Do I need to turn it down a little bit? I'm trying to find that soft spot still. Having stream open. Google's going to be your best friend in trying to dodge ads. Playing top tier while watching your stream. Nice to be on for the first time. Yeah, it's good to see ya. Hopefully War Thunder's going well for ya. Let me get this into account. Awesome. That's a huge amount towards a PC, especially because PC prices have gotten a little better. We're not going to talk about my leveling addiction because I got like 40 levels yesterday in just botanist. I was going through Diadem. It was nutty. Yeah, I've already hit 90 Dark Knight. Next is going to be probably like Reaper or something. So I figured just grind through Gunbreaker. I also like tanking, so it's cool. There you are. The gate leading to Amath Rang is just up ahead. All the time I've been here, I've never ventured in the Hills of Amber. Not that I'm particularly intimidated by new lands at this point. We have more than enough reasons to be cautious as is. Keep an eye on affiliate for me, would you? Excellent. New update, getting new missiles, kind of excited. That sounds super cool. It's always cool when new elements get introduced to a game. Where they're at, it's a beautiful day here. It's been a pretty cool day. It's been kind of chilly, but for the most part, it's been clear skies, maybe light clouds. I kind of miss the rain and stuff, though. Recover from battle. You're certain I'm hardly in a position to question you. I'm gonna get blasted by another Lahi. That's the meme of this expansion, Lahi. Oh hey, it's just Cosmo Canyon.
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garrick lie the Hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth. Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard.
My god, dwarves. That is a big boy. That is a thick lizard. Oh my god. This has been scarred by the flood to who can say what lies ahead. Whatever else this road may be, it's mine to travel, and don't plan to take a moment of time to spend in it for granted. I think you see what I'm seeing. Finding a village from where hardly 10 paces in the hills is a surprising stroke of luck, especially given our recent fortunes, but you won't hear any complaints from me. Book Liver could tell us what to expect in the road ahead. Do you need a weapon too? Yes, I would. I would buy Tombstone, but I don't have Tombstone is the issue. I don't have access to it yet. So I really do appreciate it. And whatever the materials cost, I can absolutely throw your way. Honestly, actually, I was really surprised. The Diadokos Claymore, the Diadokos Greatsword, actually goes kind of hard. Like, it's still kind of not my favorite, but it goes pretty hard. And I still gotta get past this raid series because I gotta access T. As soon as I have access to T, I need to actually do it so I can get the great Burning Battle Axe of the Heavens. That's the one thing that I'm really itching for. Not even gonna worry about it. Dodging meteor showers experience. Yes, it is. You sell? No, you are not. You are no merchant. But then, why do I know your face? Oh, I remember you. You spent Vobert gold. Such a coin purse crackling. You're already a legend among more traders. You're a traveling merchant. Then, can you tell us anything about this village? Of course, anything for valued customers. This place is Garrick. Before the flood, it was home to many miners. After, not so many, none now. So Master Gingin borrowed the village, made it into a trading post, very convenient location. In which case, you'll must all be familiar with the local roads, correct? We're on our way to Naboth-Arang ourselves, to continue south from here. Will we have any difficulties in reaching it? Oh yes, great difficulty. The flood rent a stone and crushed the mine surrounding Naboth-Arang. Only steep cliffs and collapsed tunnels remain. Oh no. But surely there must be some way. Do you think any in Mord might have some sort of hidden route? Perhaps, you asked. They tell for free even, to friends of our best customer. Wonderful, thank you for your help. No, I need Gunbreaker. Well, then, best customer, let's see what information your reputation buys us. I'm going to run Gunbreaker all throughout the expansion, just because it's the next thing I have to level. Plus, I'm actually really enjoying the gameplay loop. Which goes on with Rang. Once a gondola down from the cliffs was built for those who had left something behind that they wished to retrieve. Now there's nothing left and no one uses it. You may search for it if you like, but out. All rusted wires would bear your weight. Hastily take a memo regarding gondola and a spare scrap of parchment. Okay, so we're just gathering intel. I'm sad we haven't seen Emmett yet. I want his opinions on this place. I need that man's opinions. Naboth-Arang airship is best. Nothing is faster than an airship. Eulmorans have one, I hear. Have them take you. Yeah, somewhat superfluous to do so. You do if they make note of Gongon's words. Yeah, maybe the Eulmorans probably aren't. I see them. I see them. Look at him. Look at this beautiful specimen just on loop, on an animation loop. I love him so much. This is 10 out of 10 expansion. That sold it. That sold it for me. 10 out of 10. No questions asked. There shouldn't be anyone up there. No, there's not. Probably in a building then. Back with 14. Yes, I am. I got a little bit of a spoiler in regards to a punching a specific character, so I'm having to blitz it. There's a surprise not many found for Naboth-Arang these days. If you know, you know. I do know a trolley that was that once went there. So you travel between all the settlements and mines in the Hills of Amber. Locked behind a gate, however, I assure that you've kept it from being stolen or damaged. Also prevents it from being of much use. Take down information regarding the trolley and a wrinkled piece of parchment, stuffing it unceremoniously back into your bag. Yeah, I blame TikTok. I'm trying so hard to not get spoilered, and I saw 2 seconds of punching a specific character, and I'm like, well, time to blitz the campaign. I kept afraid of little use about how to reach Naboth-Arang. Eulmoran presence, though, that's another matter. Apparently, the army is definitely in Amarang. There have been no sightings of Eulmorans at all in the Hills of Amber. Perhaps you can take that as a sign of Alistair's plan has borne fruit, and luck finding us a route forward. So these are our options. Well, what do you think? Try the gondola magnet. I saw that. Doesn't seem to be the least risky of our options. I can't imagine one gate. Excuse me, can't imagine one gate is enough to thwart you. I'd like to know a little more before we dash off in search of it, though. Perhaps Zunzun can offer some insight. Before it goes away. Yeah, sinus infections end up doing that. They can be a little rough. Customers were the other mort of help. Of a fashion, they told us the trolley that runs to Naboth-Arang at least. But am I correct in assuming that the reason you did not tell us so yourself when we first asked? It's the gate you see, it is impassable. Before there was a hulking thing of stone, the Talos had opened the gate, they say. None operates such a thing now, I don't even know where it yet exists. Do not know, but you should travel east to Mount Buren Mines for the trolley control stand. I still see miners there from time to time. If anyone knows what happened to the Talos, be them. Thank you, you've been a great help. Yeah, get well soon, Jace. After Mount Buren, then let's hope someone there will be able to answer our questions. Hopefully it kicks in soon. Hopefully you're not suffering for too much longer. It is still my favorite mount in the game. It is very hard for any mount to really overcome this, even Cruise Chaser. Cruise Chaser is good, don't get me wrong, but it's not Omega. It's not Model O. And then a shift. Oh no, that'll do it. That'll hurt. That'll hurt. Pressure shift with a sinus infection. Oof. I'm assuming there's going to be stuff that'll blow this out of the water. Right now, it is Omega though, because Omega's fight and theme goes super hard. I'm hoping 6.0 has a boss that is able to just absolutely just blow it out of the water. That is a bird. Okay, so this is off-brand discount Gurabanya now. Okay, this makes sense. I'm kind of getting a little bit of Majora's Mask vibes from this, actually. Because we've already seen Limsa, which was Eulmoran. We've already seen, well, I guess technically this is Ul'dah, technically. Because this over here, where we went to earlier, was the Ul'dah equivalent. And then Raktika Forest was the Gridania equivalent. That's a hand. Thanalan, yeah. Make sure I'm going the right way. I know Sentiment's gonna be like, well, Kip, it feels kind of like cheating that you're using these, using all your high-level classes to skip areas, and it's like, in my defense, I also have sat in queues for God knows how many hours. In my defense. I get to use these levels. Landscape's no different in its own ways. Oh, 100%. Praetorium. Praetorium, God, I've run Praetorium so many times. I actually love running Praetorium because of funny memes. I totally missed that, didn't I? Whoops. It's okay. I tuned to the Aetheryte. That's all that matters. It actually is kind of wild to me, just the 80 to 90 just discrepancy in health. I wonder if we're in for another number squish in a couple expansions, because that's a lot of HP in terms of difference. This really does kind of remind me of Ikana Canyon from Majora's Mask, actually. Very reminiscent of Ikana. You can play it however you want to. Right. I'm like, there's certain things that it's just like, I get why people complain about it. I totally get it. And like doing content unsynced. I try not to do content unsynced if I can avoid it, because what good does it do for me? Especially at this point in the game, what good does it do to me to not understand how to do mechanics and how to do positioning and stuff? But like Ruby C, when it's 20 minutes for a queue with 2 people, and it's like, yeah, I kind of needed to be off 10 minutes ago. I'm gonna unsync it. I think you do get a lesser experience if someone, say, taxis you, right? So if someone taxied me here, like I got taxied through a bunch of Stormblood and that, which I do appreciate, I think it can detract from the experience, and I do count that in my Stormblood kind of like retrospective of like, in Stormblood specifically, it gets a little, there's a lot of area to cover. I didn't even see him over here. suffer the way I did. I mean, think smarter, not harder. Remember how I did sneak through the entirety of that Kojin segment, right? How I did the entirety of that. Let me lower it just a little bit back to 20. I snuck through the entire Kojin segment, right? As it turns out, sometimes you just got to think smarter, not harder. A lot of people in chat were pissed at that. Like, you can do that? What do you mean? Dragons and Presto will give them that, and they only need to fall until it comes come to the mines. Okay, so we're gonna go do quests over here, and then we get to go down there. Okay, you want to play? That's fine. I am more than happy to make this fucking lizard's day. I mean, I will beat up every single one of these if I have to. Well, to be fair, I don't think a lot of people play through it. I think there's less ninja players than you'd expect. So, I mean, that's going to play a role in that a little bit. Like, right? Sometimes there are just players that play the game in different ways. MyMix05, thank you for the follow. It is really such a big area. Lizard soup on the house. But no, I've gotten a lot of levels off stream, and I'm actually approaching up there. I need to do more ocean fishing. As soon as I get more ocean fishing in, I want to get my gatherers to 90, and then I can just start going ham into crafters. Like, I'm already 40 on goldsmith. Mostly it's just having the right materials, and then just doing it en masse. I'm also lacking a lot of the shards and crystals and such. What kind of gnome is that? Unless it's genome, but I'm pretty sure it's, what kind of gnome is that? Like, wow, okay. Was not expecting just Giga Chad's swole gnome. Consider my expectations subverted. The nest isn't it, but the mechanism of dispatching the trolley are here, just as Zunzun said. Fortunately, anyone who might know how to use them is not. We might wait for Zunzun's mysterious miners to appear, or have a look and see if we can't do something useful from their absence. I'm in favor of the latter. Something near the entrance to the mines proper, cut around Josiah. Meet us there if you find anything. Back, just Giga Chad gnome. Iron rail. Flex the rusted door on the rails and nevertheless appear sturdy enough to bear the trolley without issues. Yeah. I'm gonna get you. I do like that they added the shining effect to that. It's a little more eye-catching than the past expansions. It's taking a little bit of time to get used to, but I'm very much liking that as a change. I do this to myself. That's what I asked myself. Why would I play the Guardian games? I hear there's a couple weapons that are like super good in it, but I'm also just like, why? Why would I subject myself to Guardian games right now? I don't know. Like, I'm having just not in the mood for Destiny right now. Helldivers has kind of been taking over a lot of that. Slightly warm, fair and tea, steeped over long. The color's an indication remains within. So there were people here not too long ago, or there were things here not too long ago. Suits coming soon. Under attack, meaning you can find suits on the map and use them before you get added as a stratagem. Oh, that's super cool. I can't wait to see what Helldivers is gonna do. I can't wait to see how far it's gonna go, because it is absolutely just going ham. Ow. I do need to practice. I do need to practice good AOE etiquette, though. I need to stay in melee range and then respond to attacks. I've been really bad at doing that. It just makes it a lot easier to respond to attacks like that. So it's not up here. There it is. Okay. Let's supposed to like leap from the top of that. I probably have to do. I probably could. Anti-material rifle. Give me 1 second. I always believe you just have to be very accurate. Hit the little eye thing on the front. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I really don't have a lot of experience with bots. It's just not my preferred enemy type. Next Warband's coming on the 14th. God, we're moving along, aren't we? Heavy weight frame is pretty fun. Oh, I believe it. Maybe? Oh. I can cheat. Can I cheese it? Ah! No bounce off the heavy armor. Oof. Benches within suggest there must be a passenger car, oddly enough. Even those areas feel quite well maintained. Cool. So signs of apparent, alleged, recent use. Where am I going? Going over there. What was that light shift? Okay, we are in the everlasting light, right? Because we're in Armoring. Just random darkening. Oh, stuff and things. Going pretty well. Trying to blitz through as much of this as I can. What have I discerned? I have discerned things. These observations are consistent with mine own. Let's refrain from further discussion. Era comrades arrive. Go get some rest, Jace. Ample evidence of recent maintenance and lukewarm tea besides. Levers for switching tracks looks like they were in good condition, though I couldn't move them myself. No ordinary person could, I think. I believe that no person was meant to. Yes, it's the automaton. And Talos beareth more than a passing resemblance to the golems of the source. Nor doth it appear to be a sole example of its kind. The proliferation of Talos fragments as well as the enormity of the mechanisms here is just a considerable number were once in operation. Last, the specimen and its fellows do now lie lifeless and broken. We know not how to repair them. They might facilitate our passage through the gate. Without the aid of Talos, even if that were somehow able to unbar the trolley's path, we would still have no means of repelling it. Might not even know how to repair Talos, but someone must. Otherwise, why keep everything else in working order? Whoever's maintaining the cars and rails must know something that we don't. SpaceBat71, thank you for the sub. Let's ask the last one what it is, shall we? I believe you'll find a person of some interest skulking in the shadows behind the warehouse on the northwestern side of the tracks. Wait till you have a friendly chat. The rest of us will gently encourage those in the south to come out of hiding. Defend yourselves as necessary, of course, but try to keep everyone in one piece. Off we go then. If you want to sit and watch, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you're not pushing yourself. I know how ironic this is coming from me, who consistently overworks myself. I got a few reaction videos done today, though. Got some cool ones done. I've been trying to hit some of the larger ones, so I've just been taking my time. When does Alexander happen? He is post. Alexander is post Heavensward. That is all the information that I will be willing to divulge in regards to that. Base cat girl, exactly. Wicked White, where did you come from? No, never mind you that. You have no business here of that, I'm sure. My god, I'm being attacked by a suspicious man. Incasting assailants without killing him. Yeah, I mean, realistically, yeah. Unless there's some weird, like, superhuman. Two. I clipped that. That's awful. It's okay, we just knocked him with the flat of the blade. Confront the suspicious man. Not quite a Manderville man. That's a little different. How often do you wake up hugging my tail? I mean, it's just what is a tail but just an extra pillow? Let's be real. Suspicious man got that Genshin Impact level of health. All I'm saying. I can stop running into like the exact pole. Good to hear. These two weren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. We're not the brigands come to take what isn't ours. Well-muscled man. Do we honestly look like we need to steal, what, some rusted bits of iron? Don't be absurd. We're not here to rob you. A likely story. You look well. You don't look normal, that's for certain. You don't have any wares, so you're certainly not merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reason you would come to this way is to strip the machinery for parts. Do it, Urianshe. Paragraph at them. With that, I have an idea of what if, once upon a time, the native noble birth ventured forth to search for lost love, joined by her two most loyal servants, sworn to follow her unto world's end. On their journey, they met a sorcerer as ancient as time itself, moved by the lady's devotion. The offer. Is this a reference to something else? That's got to be a reference. Like, that 14 would absolutely use that as a reference to something else. Turned up here somehow. I can only assume that you're being intentionally obtuse. In an unlikely event, that's a serious conjecture. No, I suppose I am a bodyguard of a sort, but we have rather larger concerns than fairy tale romances. Though I would fain hear more of this ageless sorcerer and his heroic deeds. God's grant me strength. Never mind, we're actually searching for him, which was to travel to Namatha Rang. We were hoping that the trolley here might be offer a solution. Realize that we haven't gotten off to the best start, but if you know anything about how we might get it working again. Trolley? A trolley? Should have led with that. We're always keen to discuss the trolley. We're both engineers in training, in fact. Jarek and Thaf at your service. Technically, I'm a miner and he does repair work, but our true passion is the trolley. Working with a few other folks to get it up and running again. But we ask, yes, it's true, there's little need of transport in these days, but there's no reason to consign a miracle mechanical innovation to dust. There's the mere sight of it traveling on a track once again would make our hearts soar, mark my words. Kind of reminds me of Pip from South Park, actually, a little bit. You're not arguing from us. Works we've made so it's like it's Pip and Groose. Pip from South Park and Groose from Zelda Skyward Sword. So we like, truth be told. Well, if there's anything we could do to assist you, we'd gather some materials and help put the pieces together. Slightly more complicated than that, I'm afraid. You spoke with Magnus, you'd understand he's with only one full knowledge of the trolley's operation. So you could speak with him if you'd like, we'll introduce you. Very well. Our options are limited, and this Magnus can explain whatever is preventing our trolley from being restored. I'd like to hear it. Right. Looks like you'll be following us back to the Twine then. Praetorium, but the unseeable cutscenes sometimes get a little annoying, especially when you're on a time crunch. Yeah, no, you don't go into Praetorium or really MSQ if you don't have like an hour to spare. Like, you just don't do it. Ready, we can leave right now. Though if you've seen another fellow around here, haven't you? I thought he'd have come out by now. Oh yeah, I knocked him. It's just silly. Think he'll be alright? That's our... Suppose we did force your hand a bit. Have a look just in case. Go on ahead, Thaf. Looks like it's just a B lot and me then. Try not to let anything else take a bite out of you on the way down to the rail yard. Probably. I almost walked into that golem. Fuck, I did walk into that golem. I always think their aggro is a little different than it is, but there's always a little bit of a delay. Even with gear that's like 5 levels under, like it just goes to show, like, God, tanking in this game is so disgusting. Bird. Bird. Do in fact be bird. That is a giant bird though. God. No floating hand myself. I don't think I have that. I think it's an achievement reward when I just have to turn in tickets. That's smart. So you have to thump me so hard for the rest of the fortnight at least. Not to be done about it now though. I've pointed over your commands in the right direction. They've gone ahead, so we need to get moving. We normally walk top the tracks, but seeing as young lady has a much shorter stride, more perilous a route than I'm comfortable suggesting. We don't want anyone falling through the gaps. Of course, the low road presents other dangers, but having been on the receiving end of your friend's blows, I'm not worried on that account. Does bring up a good point, actually, on how dangerous this area is for just your average random. Take a massive beating? Exactly. I love tanking in this game. Tanking is dumb. It's so stupid. I need to get a lot better at tanking. Like, I was able to tank pretty much. I usually go in at DPS the first time, then subsequent runs. Like, what, for example, Zodiac. We did Ultima. I had that pop up in roulette queue, and I was tanking for that. And, like, it was fine. I usually go in as DPS first just to kind of scout it and try to understand how the encounter works. I think I hear something. Oh, there is something. All right, run. I'm going to beat it, whatever it is. Oh, fine. Beat it. Okay, that's fine. Oh, my God. Might be a little bit of an issue. As long as I don't get hit by any big attacks, I should be fine. I clip my abilities. Gross. To be fair, Gunbreaker's sustain is actually kind of dumb. Machinist Stage and Astro. Astro is great. A good Astro can do absolutely just nutty things. I'm not a good Astro. Three DPS in a trench coat? I mean, realistically, yeah. Like, I'm doing some stupid, silly things with... Like, these are... So, my gear, I think 71 is the highest gear I have equipped right now. I am 6 levels under. Well, so 6 levels under gear-wise, but 4 levels over level-wise. But even still, like, I am just absolutely just annihilating just an entire group of just MSQ level enemies. Different playstyle than some people are used to. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm going to get to some of the Endwalker raids and stuff, and it's going to be a little bit of a adjustment from Shadowbringers. Brain Actives doing dungeons and stuff. Yeah, no, I feel that. No, there are absolutely classes. Like that's me in Black Mage. Black Mage makes sure I don't fall asleep. Engaging in what I just did is just very, like, relaxing. Just have your several buttons that you hit. Sometimes you pop a medication or your regeneration. Call it good. Oh, man. Gunbreaker does some silly stuff. I need to see what the, I gotta see what some of the Gunbreaker glams are. I'll mitigate that. Hey, how's it going? How are you tonight? I didn't even get hit by that. I was looking at frames. Exactly, that's what I hear. So I'm used to things like, you know, doing Alexander in roulettes and stuff, right? Or used to doing Omega, right? But once I get to Endwalker, I know it's going to be a huge adjustment. So I thought I didn't expect the strat to be quite so fraught with danger. We're nearly to the twine, though. Should make it without further incident. Everything and nothing is fun to... Oh, God, I feel that. That is a rough mood to be in. We haven't seen any of those funny cactars in this area. I'm a little scared to see if they get worse. Or if they get bigger. Welcome to the Twine. The original dwellings were built to house those laborers tasked with building the track. Over time, the miners came to seek their fortunes, and that's what made the town grow into what you see before you today. So the trolley that brought them here. As you don't notice, the track goes to the very heart of town. It's the heart of our town back when the trolley still carried everyone home at the end of each hard day in the mines. Now there is no trolley, nor much work to be had in the mines, for that matter. The only residents that remain are the destitute, the delusional, and there's no one else to go, or so they say. Give you some indication as to what to expect when you meet Magnus. As I said, it will help you understand why we can't get the trolley running. Just don't expect too much aside from that. That's encouraging, but I don't see what that we have much choice. Let's go and meet the man. I'm joking, no reason at all. That is the depression you have to worry about. That's a mood. Who are you supposed to be? Never see you three in my life. Or the four of you. Good wait, if you're gonna bother me, at least have some damn courtesy to stand still. Thinks this one is deep in his cups. Yeah, you could say that. These are my guests. Magnus ran to them at the mines. They're looking for a way to reach Naboth-Arang, so they came to ask about the trolley, you see. What? There's nothing in Naboth-Arang, not anymore. Especially not for that frail little girls. Give it up. No, we must reach Naboth-Arang. I must. Ah, so you have your heart set on it. The world doesn't care. Places are ruined, nothing more. And you're not getting there in the trolley. The thing doesn't run on hopes and dreams. We're not fools. It's necessary that drives us to Naboth-Arang. If you insist that the trolley's not an option, at least tell us why. No, I'm sick of people asking me about that blasted thing. Leave me be. We'll speak outside. So I could experience it all over again. I need to see where Shadowbringers ends up, because it's still below Stormblood to me. At least up until this point in time. It's still just under Stormblood. So I need to see how we're gonna... Hold up. What was that pop? There was popping over there. What is popping in? That's so weird. He always said that because he thinks I'm weak, and he's right, but I can't be. I won't be forever. There has to be some way. I must find it. Sorry, I was stuck in my own head again. It's clear that Magnus is no hint of helping us. Perhaps we could ask the other residents that may know something about the trolley. North side of town, let me know if you learn anything. Going pretty well. Almost thought I was going to have... My security alarm went off. It was a false alarm since the apartment manager forgot to call. Oh, no. Oof. That's rough. Dark Knight, that's really content to stand witness to fate's course and take no part. This isn't a matter of fate around you, it's about the choice, and I've had used to decide where I stand. When Philia spent too long in chains already, I would not shackle her again by making my hopes known. It is for her to choose what shape her destiny will take. It is for me to stay silent, to protect her, teach her, and stand by her. That at least I can do for her. Consider why he's drowning himself. I need to get to the reasoning behind it. So be it. Come, let us make our own inquiries. Well, I mean, failing town, yeah. Although you're right, you'll be pleased to know that I got our friend back home with no trouble, and he's just fine. He's been shaken up is all. What did Madnix have to say? I definitely hope that your need might prompt him to action where our interest has not, but I suppose it was foolish of me. Sorry that we couldn't have been of help, though. I can at least show you the trolley car we have here if you'd like. Give it a stroke or two. It has some very smooth... Why does that sound so weird? Say you're not giving him, you know that Magnus is Magnus? Don't see much point in your being stubborn about it, though. Perhaps stubbornness is exactly what the situation calls for. Can't forge iron without an anvil, after all. Can't imagine that anything you try will work, but if you're certain, you let me make preparations in the event that doesn't. To that end, take this toolbox. We're going to inspect the rails. Look along the track, see if anything needs repair. You bring those tools and be ready to hand them to me whenever I stop to work. You just a question, isn't it? Yeah, no, Thancred is absolutely going to be getting some good old-fashioned depression this arc. Trying to remember how we ended things off with Emmett, because we haven't seen him in a hot minute. And so I'm trying to... Oh, hi. The hat goes super hard. I love the hat. Oh, you didn't have to high quality them. That's going to effectively put me through Endwalker content. Hand something, an item of importance. Okay. Is that a red chocobo? Is that Baja? Why is that chocobo red? Tamsin, I'm concerned. Tamsin, I'm scared. What do I owe you, Tamsin? Alternatively, if you need me to get crafting mats, since I'm doing mining and stuff, I can just get that for you. I do appreciate that. Dark Gunblade. Yes, give me 1 second. $210,000, easy. Here, take some extra. I do roulettes anyways. Thank you, I do appreciate that. Okay, let me hop over to that. Let me do that, so I'm missing... Ah! Bulb. I'm gonna use this bulb right now. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Let me pop open that bulb, actually. I do need to actually put this in my inventory because my inventory is so clogged. I've been doing crafting and gathering stuff, and so like my inventory is an absolute just mess. Like a gunblade. I need to go here. I need to put winter sweater. No, I can't put winter sweater away. Put true blue coat on, I guess. Where did the whistle go? I'm sorry, chat. Give me 1 second. I have to sift through my inventory. That's awful. There it is. Tiny bulb. Minion. Gives me anxiety. Mostly it's just I've been doing a lot of roulettes and a lot of crafting and gathering, and so it's not really been, you know, I really haven't cared to actually organize it. Perfect. Your Lurker. Wait, why the fuck is it defaulting to? I'm so lost anymore. It's all good. Grab that. Can't actually swap that right now, so we'll just do that. Okay, thank you everybody for helping me out on that. I really do appreciate that. Let me go finish this. I don't know why it defaults to Crypt Lurker, because the other gear should be better. I'm very confused, because it definitely wasn't defaulting to that. I see it. See the ether current. What's going on? Oh, it's going pretty well, Corky. How about you? I'll go from your inventory. It shouldn't be in my inventory, though. Yeah, I have Exarchic Coat Offending right here. Ready the tools. Grab that. Yeah, only armory chest, yeah. Yeah, so it should be in my armory chest. Right? It's odd. If I had Crypt Lurker before, it should have done it. Worse than Crypt, I guess. It's okay. I have a cool 80 set that I can hand over to someone when they need it. Thank you, Tamsin. I need to tighten that up. I'm just a little confused because it didn't want to equip any of the Crypt Lurker set before. That's so strange. Honestly, though, I got rid of it. When I did this top, opposite, among the best game villains I've ever encountered, but he's also kind of a bastard. I don't know. I'm still a huge fan of Xenos. I want to get back to that plot line, but we need to finish Isekai in Shadowbringers first. That's kind of what I'm waiting on right now. Once we do finish that Shadowbringers Isekai, I'm very much looking forward to seeing how Xenos' plotline develops and continues. Gunblade looks pretty sick. I'm pretty sure Gunblades are going to have a lot of really cool aesthetics to them. Gotta go look on the Arizia collection. Thought you might find this funny. We're talking to my friends about maybe buying it. As a joke said, I was thinking about getting a High Points Yeet Cannon. I just don't know it was actually a thing, and actually want one. I mean, to be fair, sometimes you just want something like that. Like, I want a Smith & Wesson 500 strictly because it's big. It's stupid. I love it. Not the 4-inch one. We're looking at the bigger one, right? Concerned about this lantern post. Radio tools for me. Joko is pink. Okay, that's different. Set down the toolbox, muscles your arms. Enjoying profound relief at once open again. And you have that around, you know. Lamp here. These aren't often necessary these days, but if we are doing this, might as well do it properly. By some miracle, the night returns as Din Lakeland. Well, it's a nice thought. Anyhow, this post seems to have splintered. Whether its lamp is to be lit or not, we wouldn't want these little pieces of wood jabbing the next person who comes down here to do maintenance. Sand it down a little bit. Rough file. Just Smith & Wesson 500. Yeah, I would love it. The one like Resident Evil 5 6-inch barrel. Would love it. 100%. No one has it. I cannot find that or Chris Redfield's USW A1 from Resident Evil Village. I have never been able to find an actual physical version of that, and it's wild. The Glorious Bastard is smug grin along with makes you want to punch it. He says something that makes sense that makes you sigh and grumble. Yeah, oh, exactly. Bone Collector? I think so. I think that's what it's called, or at least it's nicknamed. I'll bring some varnish along next time we finish the job. I haven't spotted any other problems, so we can keep moving along now, unless you'd like to take a view of the traction mirror for a little bit longer. It's breathtaking, I know. It's a really cool environment. Would love to see this not, you know, like actually populated, not as a debilitated, dilapidated world. Mining isn't the primary vocation of folks in the Hills of Amber, but after a certain point, they had dug up everything they could easily be reached and carried back with manpower alone. It was then that the Naboth Empire struck the idea of Talos, which they seemed to broad. At great expense, the Naboth brought the Mistal engineers who specialized in Talos here to the hills, and once you know it, the mining industry perked right up again. The planet itself sprung up around that time, as a matter of fact. It was named after the entwining of tales, proof of cooperation between the native Ronso and the newly come Mistal. About Rooster Teeth? Yeah, I heard about that. Their official page confirmed it as well. Yeah, no, I was joking. Well, I guess Salem did in fact win. That, like so much else, fell apart in the wake of the flood. The Mist left, taking their knowledge with them. 15 years ago, the last of the folks from Daedalus Stoneworks took off for Eulmoran, and now no one remains that can repair it operational Talos. There's no use in limiting what can't be changed, and there's one more thing we need to do while we're out here, so might as well get to it. Vultures occasionally make their nests on the tracks you see, and it falls to us to remove it rhythm when they do. Creatures are angry when disturbed, which is natural, but nevertheless a danger to anyone passing by. It is not my favorite task, to be honest with you. As you may have noticed, I'm not terribly suited to confrontation. That said, would you allow the tracks, follow the tracks north and remove any nests you find for me? Keep an eye on things from here. Watching players play MMO specifically for playing myself? Not really, no. A lot of people just like watching people play things and giving their like opinions on it. And that way you don't have to spend the time investment, you know, by Shadowbringers getting how many 90s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a bunch more 80s. Like you get to watch the cool stuff without necessarily having the entire time investment required. For the Bone Crusher when it's actually the Bone Collector, thanks to the Rush Badger. I absolutely love Badger. I would very, you know, it would be cool seeing Badger do a range day video with somebody. I don't know if that's necessarily his thing. It'd be super cool though. I think that'd be right up his alley and kind of like overlap with some of the viewerships with other tubers and stuff. God, it feels weird to actually do damage. With Rooster Teeth, they're getting gutted. They're getting shut down. Just profitability issues. So they're getting. Is it that they're getting dissolved, or is it that they're getting iced? Like the IP is still going to belong to, I think it's Warner. Oh, shoot a Bone Collector. I feel he would absolutely do it, and he'd throw it in a video just as a meme. I feel like he'd absolutely do this. About 10% is what my big one does to these guys. Will be realized. I mean, they could just pull a Half-Life and be like, well, this is actually how this is going to end. I have my own theories on how it was going to end. I'm sure everyone else does as well. Just comes down to, I mean, there's going to be greater conversations that will continue to happen in regarding to profitability and getting rid of arts and how it continues to be a problem. I guess, what is it? There's a really popular like pirate show right now. What is it? Something about our flag. Our flag means death or something like that. And I guess like it was supposed to go for 3 seasons, but Warner Brother at this time was like, oh no, well we don't want to do it because while it did have metrics, while it did have a bunch of good ratings, you know, while it did do pretty good things, it's just too expensive for us to do. We don't want to do it because think about it this way: like most everything is meant, even in media, is meant to be a live service. Why, you know, The Simpsons has been going on for how many seasons? Family Guy's been going on for how many seasons? Like, you wonder why companies don't want to take a chance on certain things anymore. Why would you take a chance on something like, say, Firefly in modern day? Why would you take a chance on something like that? Rick and Morty even, like at its start, you know, why would you take a chance on something like that when you can just have an established IP or establish an IP and run it into the ground for perpetual monetization? Not saying that it's right. I'm just giving you the mentality that they're coming at it with. Family Guy isn't funny. I think it used to be funny. Some of the Stewie bits were pretty funny, but like it just feels long, drawn out. It has a different vibe than it used to as well. That should be everything taken care of. In return for your help, I'll tell you a bit more about the trolley. Nothing can get started again, though. As I said, only people who knew how to repair the Talos are long gone. When they left began to bleed out of the town. The trolley's tracks rusted, and the cars fell in despair. No, I was born in Twine, raised there. My first word was trolley, damn it. Those were the worst years of my life. And around 7 years passed, Magnus's wife returned to us. Magnus is a real, proper trolley engineer. Perhaps he would never have left in the first place if it hadn't been for his son. As you're well aware, Eulmoran is hardly the safest place, and Magnus wanted his child to grow up away from their dangers. Didn't help in the end. The Cinder got the boy. Isn't it always the way? Child had always said that someday he wanted to see Magnus' trolley running in. So in his memory, they returned to Twine, started fixing those rusted rails, broken cars, and he was going well for a time. Wicked White vultures the back for revenge. Never mind. I don't want to find out. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Well, it's awful because like all of the Sin Eaters just have that passive ability where if they strike you, they will just turn you into one of them. Like they're so hard to deal with because they're super hyper lethal. I say lethal, but they're hyper lethal. We'll use lethal in a macro sense. As we're shit and sell merchandise, you never listen to what the community wants for merch. I mean, that as well. There's probably a video with him shooting with Brandon Herrera. Nice work out there. And a long story of the trolley. Do good moves without the Talus, though. If there was even a single one that still functioned, things might be different, but well, here we are. I love that my sound settings just mute that every time. It's super funny to me. No, not that do Talus meaning to repair. I can show you if you'd like. Certainly a nice thing to hear something other than Magnus' griping for a change. Eventually, it comes to as a company grows, since a public company isn't often considered a success until it grows to feed investors. As it grows, it bloats and everything becomes more difficult to approve and expensive to produce. Right. And thus we run into the continuous conundrum of maximizing profits, which is just like, I get it as somebody that does YouTube and wanting to maximize like viewership and certain metrics, right? I understand it, but at a certain point it becomes soulless and you start to really kind of just betray the audience that helped you get to that point. And that's a real damn shame, honestly. Oh, hell yeah. Most vexing state of affairs, I thought mayhap a closer examination might yield something of value. Oh, so I guess there's something with Donut Operator recently. I didn't really look too far into it because it's the internet and usually I discount anything that's said about creators or stuff happening with creators. There's too much of that on the platform as is. I was wanting to see if someone knew exactly what happened. Or what was being alleged. I see that me spill a talus stone by stone are lost to us, 'tis true. For us, Slumber's the most fine specimen. Indeed, if we're not for a few minor failings to be in working condition, likely require not but a few modest repairs and suffusion of ether. I think you can get that thing up and running. Far be it from me to stop you. What exactly do you reckon is the problem? Just that I performed only the most cursory of examinations through such arcane constructs are not wholly unfamiliar to me, as I did suspect from the first, thus to a network of veins through which ether floweth freely. Or so it would, were it not for several fractions of the now impede said flow. How in the hell did you get all that from the just a glance? I think you thought of a solution as well then. To bridge these fissures requires material highly conducted to ether. Once in place, I believe it would be possible to restore the talus to life. Rail upon thee to acquire which we require. Not far beyond the walls of twine, dwelleth the creature of living stone, the debitage. Full sure am I that neither stone for streaming would prove most suitable to our needs. I guess debitage would be probably the better way to word that. We're going to show thank her to Mephilia, attend to me in the remaining preparations. Despite but 3 obstructions in the flow of ether from the Talos, and thus would ask to provide 3 stones of debitage. Be made ready upon thy return. Well, I mean, also, like, the Sphere I'm in React content, right? I mean, it rewards daily uploads. Which then gets into the whole trouble of... I mean, it also compounds on people that are just like, well, you know, I came here to watch the... Really? You're still gonna aggro on me? Okay. I guess that's fair. Well, I better probably get used to aggroing stuff, because once I get into Endwalker, like, I can't go above 90 until Dawntrail. Ah, these things. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, rat content. Like, and it rewards daily content, but you can only... Even if you did stuff like just commentary every single day, eventually you just hit a point where the quality can suffer, especially if you're one person doing it by yourself, right? the quality can suffer. And that, you know, what do? Do you forsake quality, you know, for ever increasing metrics and stuff? Or do you slow down, potentially lose metrics and revenue to make it right? And I think, and there's a lot of people that'll just be like, well, I mean, there's nothing against just re-uploading a video. Might as well, right? Which I try very hard not to just do re-uploads. I don't know when to... Flag around the big one, right? Easy. One, two. I will say that I have thoroughly enjoyed Scavengers Assemble. Oh my god, really? An Avengers Assemble reference. I love it so much. It's been very cool to see Doki Bird. I saw Doki Bird was streaming earlier today, and I guess Doki was doing an Apex Invitational or something. Super cool to see Doki getting invited to do things. I absolutely adore Doki. I think that Doki's super cool. Like, a lot more content creators could learn a thing or two, or VTubers at least could learn a few things from Doki. Ability to return ere long with the remaining supplies we required. 2,000 procuring a stone from the debitage. Look at this specimen right here. Poro Rago. Oh my god. Oh, rogue. Fine specimens, one and all, you have my thanks. We will now need to wait for Thancred and Pilia's return. For end to end, the paths by which ether may flow through the talus have been duly mended. They require a sufficient endowment. If I take a screenshot every now and again, that's probably for thumbnails. Just makes my job easier to go back through it. Not moving. Strange. The core refuses to stir. I feel the condition which talus is more dire than I previously surmised. As the heart driveth blood through men's veins, so do the core ether all flow throughout the massive frame. Failing to repair or replacement, the talus cannot be restored. So it was a heart after all. Now let's just foresee this outcome. Well, no, not exactly. We'd never gotten this far in trying to repair it, so we had no way of knowing if the heart was a real problem. Tried to find another in case things turns out the way they are now, but Jarek, isn't really my story to share. Jarek, if something went wrong, maybe we can help. Oh, is it what's his face? Did he destroy the heart? All right. After all you lot have done for me, I suppose the least I can do. Very infectious laugh. They're 100%. 100%. Truth hurts. I love it. Right then, the talus. The hearts cannot be made of just any stone. You need a special sort with sufficient ethereal conductivity. Both it and other materials used in the construction of talus bodies are mined in the same place. The place, of course, being here at the Hills of Amber. 3 years ago when she... No, I can't. I'm sorry, but you'll have to hear it from Thaf or someone else. Back to the tavern. Love how we've just become mechanics for this arc. Part of this is just we're being mechanics for a giant automaton. I love it. It's so good. Oh, wrong one. Expertise. Get out of here with that. Still here. You can ask him what the answers to the Samurai Trolley's are. What? Goddamn, Sherry. You could have at least finished so we wouldn't have had to clean up your mess. Seeing as how you made such quick progress in fixing that talus and all, he was probably thinking you'd help change things around here. And I think he may be right. Gather you and your friends and I'll tell you what you want to know. 24-hour pocket dimension, what second? Our time. You want to talk to? God, there's no list. I have to really think about that. There's a list I would go through.
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was. When the golem heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more. Problem was, most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder. But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed. We labored day and night to clear away the rubble, but it took us 2 months to find her. To find her body.
Yeah. Havens are rough. Was it the
Magnus has never been the
Was
same
it the Chilean
since.
miners? Remember that whole event? Or was it 6 miners got trapped underground and everyone just was around? It was what, 2012-ish, something like that? 2011, 2012-ish? Remember that? What do you mean the audio's a little desynced? What? How badly?
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Ah, yes, well, if he's not here...
I don't know what's going on. It's YouTube and OBS are being incredibly weird. Try that. That was 2010. God, it's been so long. Try that. It's actually why I haven't been doing a lot of React content recently, because I don't know what's going on, but every source is starting to desync, and it's getting me a little frustrated.
What? Oh, you again. How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now, piss off back to wherever you came from. And don't let me catch you around here again.
That man.
What were their names?
That's so weird. I'm at like minus 700 in terms of an
My
offset.
son was named Skuli. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow the bottle's never deep enough.
What a mood.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
Gets it.
You've lost someone too?
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter.
I'm just using OBS. I mean, I've tried uninstalling it.
But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers.
Small.
I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down. That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Nabarth Areng.
What rubbish.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. We can still bring her back.
It was a good cutscene. I liked it. There was a lot that happened in that. But while do know the pain of loss and how heavily it can weigh on one's heart. Nevertheless, there's but one way forward. We must procure a new heart for Talos. Knows any location where we're in, we might find the stone we require. No matter how scant the possibility, we would seize it. Told you near all the veins that were tapped dry years ago, though I suppose if you really wanted to try, you might find something at Nuvi's Landing. Was opened well before the Talos became commonplace, which is why the mining there was never quite as deep. When you go there, look for Guthon and tell him I sent you. Don't be surprised when he tells you the same thing. Most appreciated. Think best Thancred join thee in the search. Though he would be quick to deny his heart is in turmoil, which is why thoughts are clouded. It'd be unwise to ignore his distress. And Philomore realize, what can be said? What can he say? Exactly. Like, what can he say? What is there for him to do? Philia does need to make her own choices. He can help, he can be there, but there's not really enough, not really things that he can say. Off somewhere, are you? Last lead on the stone we need to power the Talos. Can't very well have you go on your own, lead the way. Too long to do it for a good turn. I can only hope the gods feel the same way. Now, Nuvi's leaving. Okay, leaving, not landing. So the south was it. Let's get going. Toriyama's past like, ooh. Like, is this just breaking? That's rough. There's gonna be a lot of really sad people. Isn't Akira Toriyama Dragon Ball's creator? Yeah. Ah, they're back. The funny characters are back. Can I cheese it? Can I cheese it? Place to be abandoned. Fortunes are finally improving, though we should probably hear what you can say before we celebrate so we can find him, that is. That's what I thought. For all of Dragon Quest, yeah. No, dude is super influential. I read that as Meatloaf. That is not what that said. Yeah, that is rather unfortunate because we had Kazuki Takahashi, Yu-Gi-Oh's creator, pass away as well semi-recently. I think Tite Kubo, Bleach, still around. Who's the other one? Kishimoto, Zashi Kishimoto, Naruto's creator. I think he's still around too. What are you doing here? Just chilling with some gnomes, man. Well, you should listen to Theft. You're wasting your time. This site is not as developed as the others. Is it not? Surely there must be something left. I should explain. The stones you're looking for is Leonin, and all the talos in the Hills of Amber are powered using them, or at least they were, and whatever's left, if anything, is far too below to be safely excavated. In the deepest reaches of the mine, we used to have talos keep those pathways from collapsing. They're still there. They can give it any time, which is why much of the mine is closed off. The only option is to search the higher levels for any fragments of Leonin that may have been overlooked. Suppose there must maybe one other way. Well, don't leave us in suspense. What you're asking for is a trade secret. It'll need to be duly compensated in exchange, or I'll need to be duly compensated. Fine, what do you want? The other day, I found a Vober gold piece down in the mines, a bloody Vober gold piece, and wouldn't you know it, I dropped the damn thing somewhere while I was working. Fine, I'll tell you what you want to know. You have a hard bargain, but we'll take it. Seems we had our work cut out for us, Kip. Thankfully, I have an idea of how you might hurry things along. Sure, you've noticed, despite their best efforts to illuminate the card, it's rather dark in your meaning. It will be much harder to find a single coin hiding in the shadows, which is why I propose to use these sun drops. They help the eye take in more light. Just start your search further in, and I'll handle this area here. I'll trace steps after in case I happen to miss it. Feel drop specs wearing off and give you more, so don't worry. Okay, I have the buff on. Chrono Trigger, it wouldn't surprise me, honestly. I'm gonna have to figure out like what's going on, because I've tried to uninstall and reinstall OBS. I've been thinking I'm gonna have to do everything over from scratch, but I uninstall it and I reinstall it, and all my scenes and stuff are left here. I don't know if it's a setting. I don't know what is causing it, honestly. Like, there is some nasty desync going on. It's not even consistent desync, because the other day I had to do it at like minus what was it? I had to do it like minus 200, so just a little bit more of offset. It's just slightly, but now I'm up to like 700, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. So I don't really know how to fix it, and I think some of that variance might be on YouTube's side. Cool, found it. And Tector, right? You would think. Now he prefers his work on Dragon Quest to his work on Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball is super popular. I mean, not to say Dragon Quest isn't. It really is just heartbreaking in certain aspects to have an artist do multiple things, and the thing that they feel most passionate about isn't the thing that they're known for, or isn't the thing that sells, or isn't the thing that people want to remember them for. It's honestly a little heartbreaking. We dropped a gold piece somewhere close to the entrance. More for me for thinking lately luck was on our side. Spirit inside must be peace, probably. Maybe she is yours, at least in the end. My contribution was a little more than poor company. Say, you've proven an actress regardless of circumstances. I doubt very much I would have discovered it unassisted. Only managed to survive the Kirthan wilderness in the Imperial capital by virtue of extensive preparation. A habit of mine since childhood, and one of my few positive traits which endeared me to Louis, I imagine. It has been easy finding ways to compensate for my condition. Every tool, every trinket has proven vital to my continued success, such as it is. Had I chosen to pursue the arcane arts rather than espionage, well, I'd rather not think on it. As long as I have the means to protect those dear to me, see my duties through, that's all that matters. Let's hurry and see the return to Guthjun. The sooner we get back to Urianger and Minfilia, the better. If I can get there. I'm back. Well, what does that? Wait, does that mean? Here, take your shitty coin. Hematoma serious condition where blood collects between the skull and the surface of the brain. Oh. And symptoms of subdural hematoma can include headache. That's rough. Damn, you actually found it. Deal's deal. I don't think this means you'll find what you're after. To be honest, I wasn't sure you could pull it off, but you did. No matter my word, come with me. It's such a long way. You guys not? So, okay, I'm starting off Endwalker pretty on par with level because I'll be starting at 82. Dragon Quest Game 2. Nice. The mechanics, they're just Forge where they appease the Omnicide, the art of machines instead of just the machines. Nice. Actually craving meatloaf. Like, I kind of want meatloaf. I'll have to see if Winco has any. Sometimes they have, like, Winco in, like, in the little, like, deli section. Have a container of it. London Destroyer, I talked to her about what do you do next. That's a good question, actually. Every time I step out in these mines, sky seems to get brighter. Never leaving the air weren't so stale. You're not come to hear my grievances, you're after Leonine. First, I have to ask, have you ever heard of rockworms? Rockworms, I know them by another name, though I'm fairly certain the locals call them knockers. Aye, that they do. When you want to call them the little bastard, whatever you want to call them, those bastards always come up, can be the answer to your troubles. They can fit through cracks and crevices down where we could never hope to reach, and on occasion they come back with something valuable. I'm going to use the worms they dig up Leonite in the mines. On rare occurrence, yes, that usually amounts to no more than a few flakes. Only option sounds like a tantamount so if we can draw out these rockworms. Diethfield21, thank you for the follow. Also, thank you for the resub. Over the shack, you'll find a bag full of smoke bombs. Set up a few in the mines, you'll flush them out in no time. Once they're out in the open, knock them senseless and check their packs. I should warn you, this method of mining, if you can even call it that, is usually the last resort on account of what little they're like to bring back. You'll want to cover as much ground as you can if you hope to find anything of value. So when you do find something, bring it here and we'll have a look. You split up if we're to cover more ground as it suggests. You can cover these 3 areas on your map. I'll see to the pants between them. It's just easier to just cut down on the aggro time. They're so just big. I've been passing away recently. I mean, it's not just manga actors. I mean, we've had people over the past decade, right, pass away. Robin Williams, Alan Rickman. God, so many to even just count and name at a certain point. Well, I can't fly here. I don't have the ability to fly here because I don't have all the ether currents and I'm not past a certain point. Yeah, we were discussing Akira Toriyama. We were just discussing that. I know a buddy of mine's going to be pretty devastated. I've talked to him in a while just because we don't even live in the same city anymore. But dude absolutely loves Dragon Ball. And it's going to be really rough. Like, he was still one of the only people that was playing the old Dragon Ball card game when, you know, it didn't even exist anymore. Not dissimilar to me in Naruto, actually. I'll still play Naruto, but it's just I don't really have people to play the Naruto CCG with. Probably lower that. You're right, you hear the soft rumbling of stones. Back here. Not done with you. What are they? Just tiny bugs? Yeah. Oh, they're Doblins. Okay. I know what they are. Then we got to go back through here. Neat. Want to anymore? Well, that's where you start selecting what you do and don't hear about. Like, it's incredibly relevant to not want to deal with certain things, and there becomes an argument that, well, if you just close your ears to it, you know, you're not doing your part, or you're part of the problem. And I disagree with that sentiment on a number of levels. Sometimes you just don't want to hear about negativity. Sometimes you just don't want to hear about stuff. At the end of the day, what people seem to forget is that people are people at the end of the day. I put that there for the moment. People aren't generally supposed to go through depressing topic after depressing topic after depressing topic. It's not necessarily healthy. Come on. Here we go. I wonder if a restart, if there's anything else I can do with a restart. I know really I should probably do a full system restore, like a full system clean. That's not there. Toggle for that mount music. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there might be something for that. Something that could address that. It's probably outside. Would you want it? I'd do it. I think I'm using a 32-inch curved, and I'm using a 24-inch flat screen next to me on which chat and OBS is on. I'd do a 55-inch. I'd do it in a heartbeat. I just don't have the room for that. Build up load over time with updates. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to make a backup and a reinstall with just current update requiring update to clean. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, so there's so many things on my PC that I have, but realistically, at a certain point, I really just need to just kill it. I just need to actually do a full restore. But I'm not. I'm probably gonna have to get like a week ahead on uploads, and then I'll probably do that. Just because I've been needing to do it for a while anyways, and especially if this fixes OBS's desync issue. 2 birds with 1 stone. Just get it done. Just don't have to worry about it. Especially when you have updates that just, like, I've had updates just brick my microphone. And that, I have a little bit of issues when Windows does that, when they do an update or they sneak an update. It was so stupid. In the past couple weeks, I had a power outage, and like, my PC just died, and Windows snuck in the update because it died. And I'm like, I didn't tell you to update. That was by happenstance. The power went out. But realistically, like, updates, especially Windows Defender, are incredibly helpful. Others, like Copilot, were not so helpful, and I don't like the fact that they just auto-ops you into that. I have a number of issues with Windows, but Windows also has compatibility that things like Linux doesn't. So, I mean, it is a catch-22. It's what you want to deal with. Find anything promising? Take these rocks. Rock solid, if you will. Then let's say you got quite the haul. This Cumber Fund's going to take some time to sift through all this. Update some of your hardware. Doesn't have an update assigned driver. They just won't load the driver for it. It's awful, honestly.
You may not remember this about Arminfilia, but prior to founding the Path of the 12, long before the Scions, she was something of a miner. After her father died, Flamine took her in and taught her the trade. I think they were both seeking to fill the void left by a loved one. Maybe that's why she took to it so readily. Back in those days, I spent most of my time in the Quicksand, or some other tavern, loosening tongues and gathering secrets. Occasionally, I'd catch a glimpse of her in the street, on her way home after another hard day's work. I always felt a wave of relief when I saw she'd come back safe, along with a pang of guilt at the fact I wasn't there to support her as I should have been. Simply speaking with her more than once in a blue moon would have been a good start. But I could never bring myself to do it. Instead, I threw myself into my work and became every drunkard's best friend. Far from it, and Flamine has never let me live it down. But that was a lifetime ago. Here and now, I have another chance to do things right, and I will not squander it again.
Good guy, Thancred.
Hey, come and see what I found. You're not going to believe this.
Tell me it's Leonine.
It is at that. You lot were born lucky. It's mostly broken pieces. But look at this.
I love how all these are smaller ones, but it's the big one.
This is a rather fine specimen.
It's been decades since we found anything approaching this big. But that's not all. There's an engraving on it.
Oh. Inconvinience?
Ah, these scratches here. They're a little hard to make out. To my beloved Magnus and...
Oh, no. Oh, it's the wife.
Yes! Do you see? It was a gift to Magnus from his wife. She found it. She really found it.
And that's the closure they're gonna need.
She must have spent her final hours carving this message into the stone, in the hope that he might see it one day. Those rock-backed bastards must have made off with it before we could clear a path to her. It's fate that brought you here to find this stone. No other explanation. It makes me wonder what else might still be buried in these parts.
It's almost like it's a story, exactly. Wouldn't believe I had not seen it for myself. Before you set foot in Talos, she'd like to take to Magnus. For 3 long years, she believes she died for nothing. Know the truth and sacrifice is not in vain. Take straight to him, you have my word. Thank you, John, for all your help. Want to keep everyone rating. I literally cannot even see the etherite. There's so many quests that I can't even touch it. God. Despair, so utter and shattering, but not succumbing, instead pushing forward in spite of it. Oh no, it's great. The themes in this are absolutely great. I'm getting very similar kind of Ring City vibes to it, at least aesthetically. The foul to cereal. God, I would never add Corona beer to cereal. That was foul. Oh, it's you. If you don't complain about the trolley, you'll find no sympathy for me. I told you it won't run, and you wouldn't listen. Oh, but it will now that we have this. Name is engraved along with your son's. It was a gift from your wife, Magnus, from Agna. She couldn't have. Take it. Do with it what you will. You're certain it would delay our plans, but take it. It was you who found it, you who needs it. In that stone, all I can see is... Please just leave me be. I hope to be there when Talos stirs to life. I'm sure she'd want you to see it. Control downing threats. Okay, thank you. Honors of delivering this to Riange. Oh, I went there. Thou returned within the line, it would seem. The promised Talos has been made ready to receive its heart, thanks in no small part to Jurek, Thaf, and Minfilia. At least, last we shall return time to the timeless Sentinel of Stone, and we may press onwards toward Naboth the Rang. Very good. Now let's begin.
Preparations for the enchantment are complete. When the heart hath been suffused with a sufficient quantity of ether, the golem should be restored to life.
All right then. Whenever you're ready.
I was half waiting for Elahi.
It's working! It's working! Magnus!
You left me for this? This wretched heap of stone and rubble?
Oof.
This worthless pile of earth? And yet, I can't. I can't.
What troubleth thee, child?
I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve to be. I don't deserve any of the things you've done for me. I'm just a burden, helpless and hopeless. If tomorrow came and I was gone, it would be better for everyone.
The mood.
Thancred most of all. He'll never admit it, but I can see it in his eyes. I wish he'd just say it. Just say that he hates me, that he wishes I was dead so that she could return.
None of this is thy doing, child. 'Twas I who set the Oracle on her path unto the first. I who condemned you all to suffer these torments. 'Tis my sin alone, and one that will haunt me unto my dying day. Yet I dare not dwell over long on my many regrets, for the world is a tapestry of fates, interwoven and inseparable. And we who strive to better it cannot choose but make difficult decisions. For naught of worth was ever achieved without sacrifice.
Fact.
And thus must man ever struggle to weigh life against loss. The one for whom thou mournest beareth no grudge. Were she here, she would not suffer thee to languish in sorrow. She would tell thee to seek thine own path, thine own purpose. It is a truth which I myself was slow to learn. Yet a truth it remaineth. Thou needst but have faith, and all will be well.
There's your subtle encouragement. Makes it easier on the thumbnail.
Not today.
Not quite yet. He has to give her more time. Time to find her own purpose and make the decision that she wants to make. Meanwhile, in the Crystarium. Oh boy, stuff is happening. Can I get a Lahi? Ranjit? Hey, what are you doing there? I don't like that you're here.
To what do I owe the pleasure that is your extended stay?
Oh, to the tediousness of our heroes' present endeavors. That and the insufferable abundance of light in Eulmoran. I should be glad to keep my distance. Oh, I'm rather fond of sleep, you know. It's a wonderful way to pass the time.
That's moon.
Not that my compeers would agree, mind you. Always on the move, a lot of them. Like Lightwarden, constantly jumping from vessel to vessel. Such fire, such determination. So much passion, fleeting and forgotten. Come to think of it, Exarch, I don't believe I've ever seen you retire to your chambers for so much as 40 winks. However do you keep your eyes from closing? The cold shoulder. You wound me, sir. Always so guarded in our every interaction. Interactions you curiously refrain from sharing with the Scions and their champion.
And risk souring your budding relationship? I think not. Much as I dislike you, there are more useful targets for her energies. And I am not in the habit of pointing her at my enemies like a weapon.
Is that right? Fond of her, are you? You continue to fascinate me, Exarch.
The face.
So tell me, who are you?
Is his infection, whatever this is, spreading? I don't think it is.
The great nation whose ingenuity gave birth to this tower was shaped by my hand. As such, I know full well the wonders it can facilitate and those it cannot.
No, okay. So just looking at his model from a different angle.
There is nothing in these walls which could have aided you in summoning our dear friend across time and space.
Mm-hmm.
Much less in possession of her mortal flesh. Not even I could have performed such a feat.
I see. You had a hand in Alag as well. You would know what I am? I am the adjudicator of the sacred history with which you dared trifle. I am keeper of this tower's boundless wisdom. The wisdom of ages without age, of everywhere and nowhere. The great work of those who tamed the wings of time and grasped the nature of the river.
I am Barrow Rider, he who walks unseen. Oh my god, this is right up my alley.
It is a boon born of the sacrifice of brave heroes who gave their lives for a brighter future. I will not see their hopes and dreams squandered. The history which led us here will be unwritten. I promise you that.
They're really teasing at who the Exarch is. They're really setting this up.
Well, it seems we're both eager to fulfill our duties then.
On that much, we are in agreement.
Any goon behavior? I mean, I've been doing shenanigans. All right, and that's where we'll split that. If you're on stream, hang tight. If you're on the TV channel, I'm trying to make these VODs a little shorter, a little more digestible. Not a 5-hour VOD that some of Stormblood turned into. See you in the next